You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're exploring some really fascinating developments that are, well, genuinely reshaping our future.
That's right.
We've got a mix of AI advancements, some pretty bold space news, and even a significant medical update.
Yep, and our goal here is to, connect these dots for you, pull out what really matters from the latest news, and help you get up to speed quickly.
Okay, let's kick off with the AI frontier. Things are moving incredibly fast there.
Yeah.
First up, Microsoft and OpenAI. Sounds like they're in advanced talks.
About an agreement that would basically guarantee Microsoft access to OpenAI's newest tech, even if they reach AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Wow, okay, so that's a big commitment. What's the thinking there, strategically?
Well, for Microsoft, it means they stay right at the forefront. Even if OpenAI fundamentally changes direction with AGI, it secures their piece of that future.
Right.
And for OpenAI, it's likely about securing massive resources capital, computing power, so they can push their research even harder, maybe with fewer immediate commercial worries.
Makes sense. It's about the long game for both, then.
Exactly. Future control, future capabilities.
And speaking of OpenAI's future, they're looking into hardware, too. Something called an I/O device.
Yeah, they're hiring hardware designers, electrical engineers. Now, I/O usually means input-output.
Right.
They've apparently denied they're making wearables like smartwatches or glasses, but it definitely makes you wonder, what kind of device are they thinking about?
Maybe something less obvious, like not strapped to you, but more integrated into your environment.
Could be. Perhaps an ambient device, something that understands context through voice or other cues, aiming for a more seamless AI interaction than we have now. They're clearly thinking beyond just screens.
Interesting. Okay, let's shift from hardware dreams to software smarts. Tell us about context engineering for LLM agents.
Yeah. It sounds technical, but it's essentially the art and science of giving an AI agent the right information to do its job well.
So like prepping your assistant before a meeting, giving them the necessary background.
Exactly like that. Not too much info, which could overwhelm it or waste processing power, what we call tokens.
Tokens, right? The unit's AI processes.
Yep. And not too little info where it can't figure out what you need. There are different ways to do it. Writing clear instructions, selecting relevant data, compressing long documents, or isolating context for specific tasks.
So mastering this makes the AI faster, more accurate, and cheaper to run.
Precisely. It's key to making these agents truly useful.
And for us humans trying to learn things,
Yeah.
ChatGPT has something new, a study mode.
Yes. And this seems designed to genuinely help you learn, not just spit out an answer.
How does it do that differently?
Well, it apparently uses guiding questions. It checks in periodically to see if you're actually understanding the material and gives personalized feedback. It's trying to ensure you grasp the concepts.
That could be a really big deal for education, couldn't it?
Potentially, yeah. A different way to interact with information for learning.
Okay, but this brings us to a more concerning human angle. AI's impact on jobs, especially for recent college grads.
Right. There's a growing perception among some employers, it seems, that AI can handle tasks typically given to entry-level hires, like, say, a 22-year-old graduate.
And the worry is that this leads to less entry-level hiring.
That's the concern. And if that happens, you have to ask, what does that do to the pipeline for future leaders? Where do experienced managers come from in 5 or 10 years if fewer people get that initial grounding?
That's a serious long-term question companies need to wrestle with.
Definitely. It forces a rethink about talent development.
Okay, let's pivot to something positive in the health space. Apnimed's oral pill for sleep apnea. Good news from the trials.
Very positive news, it seems. Phase 3 results are out, and they look promising. This is a pill you take before bed.
Instead of the CPAP machine.
Exactly. CPAPs, use pressurized air and a mask. They can be effective, but many people find them really uncomfortable, noisy, just hard to stick with.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So this pill works differently, aiming to keep the airways open while you sleep. If it proves effective and safe long-term, it could be a huge quality of life improvement for millions.
That sounds amazing. A genuine breakthrough, potentially.
It really does.
All right, finally, let's look up SpaceX and Starship. What's the latest there?
Progress continues. Version 2, V2, is apparently at Starbase undergoing tests before flight, and V3 is expected later this year.
And remind us why Starship is such a big deal.
It's currently the only fully reusable, super heavy lift launch vehicle under active development by a private company.
Fully reusable and super heavy lift.
Meaning it's designed to launch very large payloads, potentially much more cheaply than current rockets, because you reuse the whole thing. This is what could make things like NASA's Artemis moon missions more feasible, affordable, and eventually maybe even help with missions to Mars.
It really lowers the barrier to doing big things in space.
Fundamentally changes the economics, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered AI deals, potential new gadgets, smarter AI agents, new learning tools, job market shifts, a sleep breakthrough, and the future of space travel. Quite a range.
It really is. It just highlights how quickly things are moving on so many fronts. This isn't just incremental change. It feels like foundational shifts are happening.
Absolutely. Technology is really reshaping our world at pace. So as we wrap up, here's something to think about. With AI changing how we work and learn, and these major steps in health and space travel happening, what new skills, or maybe what new ways of thinking, do you believe will be most crucial for navigating the world that's unfolding?
Spoken Tech for your ears.